What's going on, everyone? Hope you're having an incredible day. I got a new setup here. I'm in the studio downstairs and I'm holding the microphone. So we're going to see how this video turns out. Trying something new. I don't have a mic stand rigged up kind of like at the angle, but we're going to dive into this video. This is a really, really good video. You're definitely going to want to check it out. We're going to talk about, am I afraid that I'm going to lose habituation to tinnitus? This thought has crossed my mind a number of times, especially after I habituated. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm afraid that, maybe I'll lose habituation. So let's dive right into the video. So I'm going to tell you, this is why I'm not worried about it. Okay. And I used to be worried about it, but this is why I'm not worried about it anymore, because by and large, it is an irrelevant fear, right? If I'm going to lose habituation, then why is worrying about it going to stop it? And if I'm not going to lose habituation, then worrying about it definitely isn't going to help me, because I'm worrying about something that doesn't even matter. And when I was habituating, this was my fear. Oh, I won't habituate. What if I'm the 2% that doesn't habituate? What if there's something wrong with my brain? What if my situation is too unique? I was in the bracket of people who had pre-existing anxiety conditions and other, mental health issues, ADHD and, PTSD from when my, dad passed away and a lot of other things, traumatic things happened to me in my life. So, I was definitely in the worried category. Like, I'm not going to habituate. What if I'm not the person that can? And what I had to really understand is I had to let go at that point and realize, part of, getting your thoughts under control is this thought. What if I don't habituate? And so I started to change my thoughts. I started to tell myself, well, I will be somebody who habituates. I will do as much as I can to do everything that I can to habituate. I will become somebody who doesn't let their negative thoughts run rampant. I'm going to become someone who becomes healthier and a better person. And I'm going to be more understanding, more forgiving. And I'm going to love myself, take care of myself and all this stuff. And so I started to every day fill my head with those sorts of positive thoughts, right? I'll think positive and everything will be fine. Well, when it comes to a lot of conditions, especially like depressive conditions and where our thoughts are running rampant, that actually is true. You can change a lot about your life if you do change your thoughts. You will be surprised at how powerful your subconscious mind is. And when you begin to feed your subconscious mind empowering ideas and thoughts, you will be shocked at how your life begins to turn around in a positive way. It has been true for myself. I don't think I would have recovered had I been staying in a negative place and had I been feeding my mind with negative forum comments or negative YouTube comments or just all this negativity that runs rampant in the tinnitus community. Had I been filling my head with that stuff and not been watching my thoughts, it's possible I would not have habituated. In fact, I probably may not have. So that is why it is imperative that when you come across the thought, oh, what if I won't habituate? What if I lose habituation? Those thoughts are irrelevant because they do not help you. They do not help me keep habituation. If I'm trying to habituate, they're not going to help me habituate. These thoughts are irrelevant either way. And since you don't know if they're true because nobody knows the future, there is no way for me to know if I'm going to keep habituation or lose habituation, or if I'm going to have a difficult time with tinnitus, or a billion different things could happen to me that could be catastrophic. This is life. It is what it is. It's always been that way. You could drop dead of a stroke or a heart attack at any freaking moment. It's always been this dangerous, right? So caring about it and worrying about it does absolutely nothing, right? And when people ask me, they're like, what do I do about my tinnitus? I'm like, nothing. Let it ring out. And I don't mean nothing. I mean, there's a ton of things you can do. Hop on a coaching call and I can equip you with the tools, careful thinking, meditation, all this stuff that's going to put you in a very high likelihood of habituating. But when I mean do nothing, I mean let tinnitus do what tinnitus does. Let it ring. Let it ring out. Do not try to stop it. Do not try to control it. Let it ring. This is hard to do, but I'm telling you, the more you try to control it, the harder you fight it, the more you will suffer. Period. End of story. That is what it is. That which you resist will persist. So if you're worried about not habituating, I would just hang that worry up. I would just do everything I can to not even think of why would you think about that? That is an irrelevant thought. It doesn't do anything to help you. In fact, it's going to only hurt you. And if you are habituated, just continue to just be in that flow state of you loving life, you not worried about it, right? And see what happens. Believe that the best can happen. It's a coin toss, right? Something bad could happen, something good could happen today. It's a coin toss. Why not assume and believe that the best could happen, right? If you assume and believe the worst is going to happen, you're just going to suffer up until the point that you may or may not suffer. If you believe the best is going to happen, you're going to be optimistic up until the point where you're proved wrong, right? And people are like, oh, I don't want to get my hopes up. Dude, even if you don't get your hopes up, your hopes are still up. I had a friend that went to a job interview and he's like, well, I didn't want to get my hopes up. I was like, were you still let down when you didn't get the job? He's like, yeah. I was like, then you were let down either way. You didn't get your hopes up and you're let down. You got your hopes up and you're let down. You're going to be let down either way. If something bad's going to happen, you're going to suffer either way. Don't suffer more than you have to. Don't suffer until that point. Okay, this is the whole point of careful thinking, thought planning, thought journaling. All this stuff is to get your thoughts under control, because if I'm going to suffer in the future, I'd be damned if I suffer now, right? I'm done suffering with tinnitus. It's just a benign sound. I'm over it. It's done. It's in the past. I don't even give it any thought. That's the place you want to get to. That's the mindset you want to have. So anyway, if you like this kind of content, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I really appreciate everyone supporting this channel. I'm going to hop off here. Thank you for watching.